How to Write a Literary Essay. Your step-by-step guide from prompt to polished final draft. Hey everyone, so you've been assigned a literary essay. Maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed, that's totally normal. But here's the good news. Writing a great essay is a process, and if you follow these steps, you'll have a clear path to success. Let's do this together. It all starts with Phase 1. Understanding the prompt and active reading. Before you write anything, take time to truly decode the prompt. Circle key instruction verbs like analyze, compare, contrast, discuss, or evaluate. These tell you what to do. Underline important themes or ideas like power, identity, or freedom. Ask yourself, what is this prompt really asking me? Then, move to active reading. Whether you're reading the text for the first time or reviewing it, gather your evidence as you go. Use sticky notes, a notebook, or a digital document to mark key quotes related to major themes like conflict, symbolism, or character development. Also, note literary devices you spot: metaphors, similes, imagery, tone, and syntax, as these will be vital for your analysis. Now let's move to Phase 2. Planning your essay. This is where you build a strong foundation. Begin by crafting your thesis statement, the heart of your essay. A strong thesis is specific, arguable, not just a fact, and supported by the text. For example, a weak thesis for Macbeth would be, Macbeth is a tragic hero. A strong thesis would be, though Macbeth is often seen as a tragic hero, his unchecked ambition and moral weakness ultimately reveal him as a cautionary figure against the dangers of power without conscience. Once your thesis is clear, create an outline to organize your ideas. A simple but effective structure includes an introduction, with a hook, context, and thesis statement, 3 to 4 body paragraphs, each focusing on one main idea that supports your thesis, and a conclusion that restates your thesis in a new way, summarizes your main points, and ends with a strong closing thought. With a plan in place, it's time for Phase 3. Writing the essay. Start with your introduction. Open with a hook, an interesting question, a relevant quote, or a bold statement to grab your reader's attention. Introduce the text and author, and end your intro with your clear, compelling thesis statement. For example, for The Great Gatsby, you might begin, is the American dream a promise of self-betterment or an illusion of materialism? F. Scott Gatsby's tragic story suggests it might be both. Next, write your body paragraphs using the TEAL structure. Topic sentence, your point. Evidence, a quote or example. Explanation, analyze the quote. Don't just summarize. Analysis, connect it back to your thesis. And link, transition to the next point. For instance, in an essay on 1984, you might write, Orwell uses the symbol of the glass paperweight to represent a lost past that Winston can no longer access. When Winston looks at the paperweight, the narrator says, the coral was Julia's life and his own, fixed in a sort of eternity at the heart of the crystal. Here the crystal suggests something fragile yet beautiful, much like Winston's memories and humanity under an oppressive regime. The word eternity implies something timeless, which contrasts with the party's control over history. This symbolism is further developed through, finally, write your conclusion. Avoid introducing new ideas. Instead, restate your thesis in a fresh way, summarize your key points, and leave the reader with a final thought on why your analysis matters. You're almost there. Phase 4. Revising and polishing. Revising and polishing is what transforms your draft into a strong, submission-ready essay. Start by revising for content. Ask yourself if every paragraph supports your thesis, if your analysis is deep enough, if you included sufficient textual evidence, and if your logic is clear and easy to follow. Then edit for clarity and style. Read your essay out loud to catch awkward phrasing. Check for smooth transitions between paragraphs. Remove repetitive points or irrelevant summary, and use strong verbs while avoiding vague language. Lastly, proofread carefully. Check spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Ensure author names, book titles, and quotes are accurate, and format your citations correctly according to your required style, MLA, APA, etc. Remember, you've got this. Really, writing a literary essay isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about having a clear idea and backing it up with thoughtful analysis. Trust your ideas, use the text, and let your voice shine through. If you ever feel stuck, come back to this guide. Take it one step at a time. And remember, every great writer revises. Your first draft is just the beginning. You're building skills that go far beyond the classroom. Critical thinking, clear communication, and persuasive writing. So take a deep breath, start with a strong thesis, and let your ideas flow. You can do this. I believe in you.